Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. Alright guys, so I just finished teaching a course. My first class, I have to teach in another class later tonight, but I want to take a moment to talk to you guys because I'm in my teacher mode, Professor Burston, Professor Shamanda mode, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm talking. Which brings me to my topic today. Why are people uncomfortable talking about money? So let's talk about it. All right, now as you guys know, if you follow me on my journey, I love talking about money, period. I love talking about personal finance. I love talking about paying off debt. I love teaching people strategies by modeling those strategies because I'm not going to come over here and talk to y'all about stuff and things that I'm not doing myself. So I just enjoy talking about it and teaching about money and how to build wealth and how to invest and save and all those things because, as you all know, I am a licensed therapist. Although I am not going to be practicing too much longer, moving to the leadership management space, teaching all that. But I've been doing this work for so many years, and I understand how money is very much intertwined or interconnected, right, with, or intersects rather, with mental health. It definitely can trigger a lot of anxiety and depression for people. And so my goal as a clinician or a retired clinician is to help people get more comfortable about talking about money, because once we take the power away from those conversations when it comes to money, then people can really start to work through their fears and traumas and all that around money. And yes, having money trauma is a real thing. So let's talk about it. So one of the reasons why people are uncomfortable talking about money is cultural taboos. Ironically, I'm teaching a social and cultural diversity course this semester for one of the schools that I teach for. And, everyone, we all come from different walks of life, different backgrounds. Doesn't matter if you're Black, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, right? Even if you are within those groups, you can still have diversity within the group. So when it comes to money, it's all different. Some families were like, oh yeah, we talk about our money. We are in a good space. We are open about our money, our debts, whatever. Some families are like, no, we don't talk about money. We don't talk about there's like a lot of shame around it. We don't talk about any of those things. We don't have those conversations. It's nobody's business. What our income is nobody's business. Those type of things. And if you grow up in that type of family system, then you believe, no judgment, but you believe that no, you shouldn't share how much money you got. You shouldn't flaunt your money. You shouldn't talk about, X, Y, and Z when it comes to money. Another reason why money conversations are uncomfortable is social comparison. So let's be for real. Like if you say, you know what, I make 50K a year, there are going to be some people who are they make way more money than you, and there are going to be people who don't make as much as you. And so that can create this classism or this sense of comparison. And sometimes we don't want to feel like we're better than someone. We also don't want to feel like we're not good enough or we don't fit in or we're lacking in some way rather. And so it creates a sense of social comparison. If you aren't in a space where you just accept who you are, and let's say you're not making what you want to make, if you don't believe that you can increase your income and things can get better, then you may feel like I'm just not good enough and I'll never ever hit this next level. Another reason why is fear of judgment. We kind of already talked about that a little bit, but just, fear of what other people may say, how they may think that you're low class or working class and you're not middle class, you're not upper class, and you can't afford to be here. You don't live on a country club in that area, whatever. Like fear of being judged, and opposite too, right? Like even if you have a lot of money or you have wealth or you come from a family of wealth, some people will judge you for that as well. So they're like, oh, you don't understand us. You can't fit in with us down here in the middle class. How could you possibly understand? So some people will hide their wealth because they don't want to be judged. Vulnerability. So, for me, I know some people may say, you don't feel uncomfortable sharing your numbers, your debt payoff numbers, your savings amount, your investment account amount. You don't because that's like vulnerable. People could try to take your money from you, whatever. And it's like, no, like I don't live in a sense of fear or a state of fear. But it can be vulnerable at times. You know, people will try to, maybe they, like, especially if you're trying to date or something, you may think that people are going to look at your videos and be like, oh, I'm going to try to, you know, get close to this person because they got money or something. Like, you never know. So it does bring a bit of vulnerability, and it can, but it's up to you to accept that or not. Like, it's up to you. You get to choose. But for some people, you know, talking about money makes them or leads them to feel vulnerable. Power dynamics is another one, but we talked about that a little bit already. Again, let's say you're in a group with someone or you work with people. You may feel like this person is coming to work driving a Bentley and you driving your Honda, you know, whatever, right? And you think that they're better than you in some way, or they may feel like they're better than you in some way. Let's say they're your supervisor or something like that. It just can feel a little uncomfortable because you may think because of what they drive and where they live that they're up here and they have power over you beyond the actual work job or the job description, whatever. It can lead to some power dynamics and things like that. And then I would say last would be lack of financial literacy. Overall, I think the most prevalent reason that people are uncomfortable talking about money is because they don't know about money. There's not enough education and information about the topic. So it's like, how could you expect people to talk about investing when most people don't know about Roth IRAs or 401ks or 403bs and all that? Like, they don't even know the difference between those three or those four, whatever. They don't know. And so there's a lack of financial literacy. Knowing about, if I said, oh, you should open up a HYSA. Seriously, you should open up an HYSA. You're like, what's that? A high yield savings account. So, you know, something like that. So it shows a level of vulnerability, maybe discomfort, because you don't know the acronyms, you don't know what these different accounts are, you don't know what APY is, you know, what interest is, you don't know how the stock market works, you know, different things like that, because there's a lack of financial literacy. And let's be for real, these schools aren't teaching financial education. They're not providing financial education in these schools, and so there's a lack of information. And so some people are just don't want to talk about it because they just don't know, they're not informed. But I'm here to tell you today that that is no longer an excuse, okay? Because first of all, I'm over here, I get paid to teach. I'm just being honest, I get paid to teach, but I do these videos, one, because I want to educate people. I want you to know. I don't want this to be information that only certain people can have. Or let's say you can't afford to buy a Dave Ramsey book or Anthony O'Neill's new book. Shout out to him. I know he's just released a new book. You know, or let's see, Rachel, what's her last name? Dave Ramsey's daughter, or any of those personalities, or Susie Orman, or any of them. Like, maybe you can't afford to buy their book. So guess what though? There's YouTube videos, there's Google, there's so many ways that you can get information about money and how to manage money, how to set a budget. Like, there are literally so many people on YouTube who are literally doing budget breakdowns. There are people on TikTok who are doing budget breakdowns, and these are everyday regular people. They're not multimillionaires. They're on the goal and journey toward becoming a millionaire. That's their journey. They're trying to pay off debt, so you can see how they're doing that. There are different strategies, there are different income levels, different education levels. There's really just no excuse for a lack of financial literacy in this world in 2025. So today I'm here to remove that barrier, remove that excuse from you, and I want you to look at all the videos on YouTube that you can find, study, Google, Chat GPT. Like, there's no reason, okay? Start at the bottom. Like, basic is starting a budget. That's the first part. And guess what? I'm so willing to help you guys. Like, I love this stuff. This is something I'm super passionate about. In my professional world, I teach therapists, I teach counselors how to navigate helping clients and how to become a counselor, right? But in this space right here, I'm using those same skills to teach you guys about personal finance as I'm going on my own personal finance journey. So I don't mind. So guess what? Leave me a question in the comment section. What do you want to know about? I had someone ask me, they're like, I really want to get started on investing, but I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what this stuff is. Perfect. I'm glad you told me. I'm glad you asked, because that's exactly what I need to know. What is it that my audience wants to know more about? What do they need to know? So now I'm going to start a whole series on just the basic things of how to do a budget, what a Roth IRA is, what a 401k is, how do you open up a brokerage firm or account rather. Like just basic stuff that some people we just don't know. We have to all start somewhere. I am so willing to be the person to teach you. All right, guys. So those are some reasons why talking about money can be uncomfortable. I don't want you to be ashamed of any of those reasons because they're all valid. But today we are going to remove those barriers. All right. If you like this video, like the video, comment, leave me a question, a video request, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, don't forget, subscribe to my channel. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.